Ink ribbon.
Enemies are there to try to stop you from progressing. We get it, that's kind of the point. Monsters, bad guys, and enemies are supposed to be a challenge, but sometimes developers go too far and turn enemies into legitimately unfair nightmares that can cause you to lose progress, die repeatedly over and over, or just are simply unfair to the point of making a game not fun to play. Yeah, all you Ninja Gaiden, Dark Souls, Devil May Cry people can leave the room. You sadists. Just kidding, I'm almost at 10,000 subs, please don't leave. Anyway, with that, let's take a look at the top 10 most annoying enemies in video games.
Number 10.
Clickers. Last of Us. Nobody likes trial and error gameplay. You know, when you die over and over and over and over, having to repeat gameplay from checkpoints. Well, the clickers are the perfect example of this. They will pretty much kill you instantly if they detect you, which is very easy to do, especially if you suck at stealth games like me. There's also not really a way to kill them effectively, especially without alerting other enemies nearby, so you're almost always forced to sneak around them, which I found to bring the game's flowing narrative to a grinding halt. Yay!
Number 9.
Medusa heads. Castlevania. In games, when your character takes a big hit and you feel it, you get a sense of pain and the need to come back from that and redeem yourself. Sometimes that can be annoying, but more annoying is when your character keeps taking a bunch of tiny little hits that just won't stop. That's what these damn things specialize in. They appear randomly in a multitude across the screen, causing damage but also briefly turning you into stone, which makes you slide for some reason, and it just adds so much annoyance to the game.
Number 8.
Greap. Super Smash Bros. Brawl. In Smash Bros, it's a pretty simple formula. Hit your opponents and they take damage. Get hit by opponents, you take damage. Or percentage, whatever, you know what I mean. Well, in Brawl, they introduced the Emissary, which has a ton of enemies that for the most part follow those rules. All except for the Greaps. These bastards are slow, hit really hard, have a huge range of attack, and take very little damage. You could be doing really well and run into one of these guys and have it all come crashing down. They do have a weak spot, but it's really hard to activate and is just really unnecessary. Thankfully, they keep these guys to a minimum.
Number 7.
Tribesman. Crash Bandicoot. Back in the day when I was just a wee lad and I played Crash, I thought that I just sucked. Specifically, it was the Tribesman in Crash 1 that made me feel this way. These guys have shields that act as a way to bounce Crash away, usually off a ledge to his death, and are completely impenetrable. Jumping over these guys takes extreme precision, otherwise you'll still get pushed away by them. Wasn't it enough to have ridiculously hard level design without throwing these guys into the mix? I'm looking at you, Skybridge.
Number 6.
Poison Head Crabs. Half-Life 2. So you're walking along, happily smashing everyone you see over the head with your trusty crowbar and full health when you stumble across these dicks. They appear in groups and instantly knock your health down to 1 HP. What the actual hell? They were so overpowered that a patch was released so that they couldn't kill you. But when you've got 1 HP, a strong fart could probably kill you, so who cares?
Number 5.
Zubat. Pokemon. Now, this is a little different from the other enemies on this list, but still annoying. Do you see a picture of Zubat and immediately react with a negative emotion? You aren't alone. Across almost every major Pokemon game, the Zubats are probably the biggest waste of time ever. They are really easy to kill, but they offer basically no experience, items, or anything of value, and you run into them constantly. I used to think Zubat was kind of cool when I was a kid, but after fighting them over and over and over, it kind of made me loathe them. You have literally hundreds of Pokemon and you bombard us with one? Why? And don't even get me started on Bidoof.
Number 4.
Eliminator. Resident Evil 0. The classic Resident Evil games are infamous for their slow tank controls. But it was okay because most of the enemies were also very slow. Haha, but not these guys. These stupid monkeys could literally run circles around your characters and were also able to jump from wall to wall, and on top of that caused a lot of damage when they attacked you, which was a lot. Sure, there are hunters who could chop your head off with one swipe, but they gave you warning and they were slow enough that you at least had a chance. These guys make you feel like you're suddenly playing the game in slow motion or something. Jerks.
Number 3.
Cazadores, Fallout New Vegas. Fallout New Vegas was full of bugs, but the worst bug by far were the Cazadores. See what I did there? Bugs. Anyway, these guys caught every player coming from Fallout 3 totally off guard. When you hear them, they sound almost identical to bloatflies, which immediately makes you think, oh, this'll be easy, and then you die. I don't think any enemy in Elder Scrolls or Fallout has killed me so easily. I'm not joking, literally 2, maybe 3 hits and you're dead. Oh, and did I mention that they're extremely fast and aggressive?
Number 2.
Malboro, Final Fantasy. Ah, the joy of playing Final Fantasy X and power leveling my characters. Hours and hours of grinding, and then I run into a Malboro. Oh, he looks scary, but I'm so strong now that I could take him, ha ha ha, and then it happens. Like waking up to a one-night stand that didn't brush her teeth, you're hit with the wave of bad breath. Aside from now not having eyebrows, your characters are inflicted with every negative status effect possible all at once. Sure, your characters may be strong enough to kill the Malboro, but now that they're blind, confused, poisoned, berserked, and silenced, the only thing they'll do is attack each other or rapidly die of poison. It's especially painful when you haven't saved in a few hours.
Number 1.
Sniperwild, Kingdom Hearts. Okay, I recently got the Platinum Trophy for Kingdom Hearts HD, and oh my god, whoever made these things should be slapped. The general strategy of them is not to let them see you and to do a stealth attack. This is Kingdom Hearts, a magical action RPG, not Kingdom Gear Solid, a stealth game. These guys appear in groups of 3 and only spawn sometimes in certain areas. If one of them sees you, they'll alert the others and spawn more of them infinitely until you either leave the area or die. And you can't beat them. On top of this, they have a sniping attack, hence the name, and are pretty much the only enemy in the game that can attack you this way, and are very aggressive about it. Now the thing that really sucks about them is that if you want to get a Power Stone, which is a necessary item for the best equipment including the Ultima Blade, they are one of the only ways to get it. And on top of all that is the fact that it's a rare drop, so you could fight these guys 10 times and only get 1. And that's it for this list. If you know of any more annoying enemies, let me know in the comments. This video was voted on by you guys in the community tab, where I'll be putting out more polls for what videos to make next. So make sure to hit that bell icon and subscribe if you want to vote on the next ones. Also, check out the Patreon link for exclusive content down below. I'm Kai Morgan, and as always, thanks for watching Ink Ribbon.